and nobody seems to know why. In the healthcare industry overall, right now is extremely worried, because there are many diseases that are now becoming resistant to what the available drugs are in the market. For instance, antibiotics. Now, if you have taken first generation antibiotics, second generation antibiotics, there will come a time when your body will become resistant. Why? Because the antigen is learning the response to the antibiotic and it's passing on to the next generation's antigens. And it's a reality. Many cases now, we have seen in the emergency hospitals that where people get admitted. I know a very recent case. I have an uncle who is a emergency casualty ward head, and he said there was a girl who got admitted to his clinic, his hospital, suffering from initial stages of malaria. They used literally every known antibiotic with her. They struggled with her for more than 20 days, but they couldn't control her fever. Finally, the poor child gave up. And this is just the beginning of this change here. Why? Because the current structure of healthcare is what? You have a problem, you have a headache, X pill. You have a fever, Y pill. You have diabetes, take this pill for the rest of your life. You have high blood pressure, this pill for the rest of your lives. So basically, the structure of healthcare today is to keep you in, keeping you sick. We are perpetually sick. We are either already sick or on the verge of being sick. It is today or probably all right. I don't know, probably Malaysia people are slightly more healthier and living a monk life. But in India we say that it's probably now very casual at the age of 50 to suffer from either diabetes or high blood pressure. By the age of 55 to 60, go through an angiogram, and by the age of 65, go through either bypass or angioplasty. The rate of angioplasty is 65 out of every 100 patients. 65. You know what is the youngest age of angioplasty today? 22. 22. Because the kind of life, the kind of food, the kind of addiction that the younger generation is taking up, their arteries get so clogged, by the age of 22 they need an angioplasty. Right? This is the current state of health, because we have never asked the question, why are we ill? Is it possible that I never be ill? Is there a way where I can prevent disease? Not only prevent it, probably completely eradicate it. Is it possible? Is it possible for me to get a disease and then eventually come out of it? If I get a fever, I don't have the fever for the rest of my life. Then why do I have to be a diabetic all my life? And that question nobody has asked. All the medical research is on finding what? Newer drugs to combat the same symptom. Okay, fine, if this penicillin is not working, we go to the next generation penicillin. But we don't understand, or we don't ask the very pertinent question as to, is there a possibility where we can avoid disease altogether? No other species on the planet is living a life like that right now. We are, anthropology says we are what? Basically apes who can probably talk a little bit more now than our other cousins sitting in the zoos. So we are part of the animal kingdom that is evolving into a higher species. They say that we are at the top of the evolutionary pyramid. We have climbed so high that we are right now sitting on the top of the evolutionary pyramid. And we dominate this planet. Literally. We are the only species who is putting up barbed fences and picket fences around land and claiming ownership titles of it. No other species has done that. We are the only ones who are now in a place to do that. In the known universe, right now there is no other intelligent species of life found anywhere else. So if I extrapolate the same logic, we are right now the most dominant species in the known universe, living the most hopeless, unhappy, sad, despairful, sick lives. Literally no other species is now going through that. They are going through a very strong existential threat, which is from us. We are the biggest virus that has hit this planet. You never see a sparrow complain of high cholesterol, or a cat suddenly have a heart attack and die. I have never seen that. Is it happening here?
The vets will tell you all kinds of stories.
Okay. Every other species is probably able to live their life to the fullest, to the last day. How many people here must have pets in their homes, right? Dogs, cats, parrots, birds, fish. If you see a fish swim, it doesn't get suddenly diabetic and slow down. It swims till the last day and then just falls off or get eaten up by the bigger fish. If you have a dog in the house, they slow down for sure. But they are not taking pills to live this day. It's not as if they don't take a pill today, they won't see a day tomorrow. They are able to sustain their lives. They are able to manage their lives. What is our model of healthcare? You don't know anything about your health. You can't manage life. We are the experts. If you have a problem, come to us, we give you the pill. And don't ask tough questions. That's the most important thing. There's an insurance man sitting behind me who must have sold hundreds and hundreds of life insurance and probably healthcare, Mediclaim insurance. He knows. No tough questions. That's not wise for business. And we are supposed to be the most dominant species trying to build hotels on the moon today. So far so good. Anybody have any questions? You need to put that in perspective. I forgot. I'm really sorry. I completely forgot.
正話 Guruji 講而家個世界好，你知冇好多嗰啲天氣又唔啱，人又病。你講喺印度啦，好多人有甜尿，有心臟，有嗰啲憂鬱啊，嗰啲憂鬱症。